Imagine heading out for a routine pizza delivery, just like any other night. You're thinking about tips, maybe what you'll have for dinner later, or the next delivery on your list. The streets are quiet, the pizza box is warm in your hands, and you expect nothing more than a quick drop-off and a friendly exchange. But suddenly, your world turns upside down. You find yourself staring down at a heavy metal collar being locked around your neck. A collar that's not just a threat, but a real, ticking bomb. Panic sets in as you realize this is no ordinary delivery. That's exactly what happened to Brian Wells, a quiet, unassuming pizza delivery man in Erie, Pennsylvania on August 28, 2003. Brian was known for being reliable and friendly, the kind of guy who kept to himself and never expected trouble. He started his day like any other, clocking in at the pizza shop, chatting with co-workers, and preparing for a busy shift. But by noon, his life had taken a turn into one of the most bizarre and terrifying crimes in American history. A story that would shock the nation and leave investigators baffled for years. Brian received a call to deliver 2 pizzas to a remote TV transmission tower on the outskirts of Erie. It was an unusual location, far from the usual neighborhoods, but he didn't question it, just another delivery, or so he thought. When he arrived, he was ambushed by a group of masked strangers. They overpowered him, and what happened next was straight out of a nightmare. The people waiting for him weren't customers at all. They were criminals, orchestrating a twisted and elaborate bank heist that would soon become infamous across the country. They forced a heavy metal collar around Brian's neck, locking it in place. Inside was a homemade bomb, rigged to detonate if he didn't follow their instructions exactly. This was no bluff. The device was real, and the threat was deadly. The conspirators handed Brian a set of handwritten instructions, a twisted scavenger hunt filled with cryptic clues and dangerous tasks. Each step was designed to buy the criminals time and keep Brian under their control. They told him that if he could solve all the puzzles and complete the scavenger hunt, the bomb would be disarmed. But the clock was ticking, and every second brought him closer to disaster. Under threat of death, Brian was ordered to rob a bank. He walked in, the collar bomb clearly visible, clutching a cane that was actually a disguised gun. Fear and confusion were written all over his face as he approached the counter. He handed the teller a note demanding $250,000, but the teller could only give him a little over $8,000. The plan was already unraveling, but Brian had no choice but to keep going. Police quickly responded, catching Brian in the parking lot. They handcuffed him and sat him on the ground, unsure if he was a victim or a willing participant in the crime. All the while, the bomb around his neck kept beeping, a constant reminder that time was running out. Brian pleaded with the officers, desperately trying to explain, "It's going to go off. I'm not lying." But the police, fearing for their own safety, kept their distance, waiting for the bomb squad to arrive. For 25 agonizing minutes, Brian sat on the pavement, surrounded by flashing lights, drawn guns, and a growing crowd of onlookers. The tension was unbearable. Then, without warning, the bomb exploded. Brian died instantly, right there in front of police, TV cameras, and stunned witnesses. The scene was chaotic, tragic, and left everyone with more questions than answers. But the story was far from over. The investigation that followed would uncover a tangled web of deception, greed, and desperate schemes. Detectives sifted through evidence, piecing together clues from scavenger hunt notes, bomb fragments, and witness statements. Each new discovery revealed another layer of the plot. There were secret partners, hidden motives, and a mastermind who believed they could outsmart everyone, including the police. The Collar Bomb pizza heist remains one of the most bizarre and chilling true crime cases in history. A deadly puzzle that still haunts investigators and true crime fans alike. If this story grabbed your attention, make sure to hit subscribe for more unbelievable true crime stories. There are countless mysteries out there, and we're just getting started.